Well, hello everyone. This is Brett Darian here, and earlier today I went to a couple of stores that are closing and they're going out of business. The first one is Bargain Hunt. It's a discount store chain based out of Nashville, Tennessee, and they had various stores around the region. And they just recently announced that they were going to be closing all of their stores by the end of this month, February 2025. So I decided to go there today and give them one last visit and take some video in the store and see how things were during their closing sale. Now I have been to that store a few times before, but I never bought anything. But this time I did find a couple pairs of pants that were 30% off, and they were my size, so that was cool. But I did film a couple clips, so I will be showing those to you here right now. But I do want to let you know, though, that while I was filming, I was trying to do it discreetly, so I was trying to be, not be obvious about it. So some of the camera angles might not be the best, but these are the shots I got. So I hope you still enjoy it, and so let's just get started. So this is the Bargain Hunt Shopping Center. And if you look over here all the way to the right there, that actually used to be a Blockbuster, like a long time ago. But yeah, though, Bargain Hunt going out of business. Pretty sure this was a grocery store at some point too, a long time ago. Now, when you first enter the store and you turn to your right, they had these bins sitting here. But there wasn't anything too interesting in them, though. Just a bunch of knickknacks. And this box here was actually empty, so there really wasn't too much to see here. Walking past that, though, and now you can just see all of the empty shelves that are left. And these shelves were full of merchandise. Like the last time I was here, those shelves were full of stuff and boxes that you can hunt through and find bargains. But now there's just nothing left. Everything's been pretty much picked over. There's still a few products left on the shelf, but the really big thing about Bargain Hunt was just searching through all the boxes in the back and just finding cool stuff that was marked down. But there was none of that here. Not this time. And a couple carts here that had some miscellaneous stuff on it, and this cart here had just a few small kitchen appliances, a couple of toasters there, but nothing too exciting. And again, you can see all the empty shelves back there. So the entire store was anywhere from 10 to 40% off. These candles here were 20% off. Apparel was 30% off. Some toys were 40% off. But the discounts varied from aisle to aisle. Here's some more empty shelves here. And sorry if I'm making anyone motion sick with all these quick camera angles. Again, I was trying to be really quick about it. But this is in the back of the store. This is where they had their bedding. You can see some bedding here, and they had some shoes over here. But pretty much all the shelves that were on the back walls, they were all empty. There were just some, like, the only merchandise that was left were the shelves that were in like the middle of the store, but everything that was around the store, everything on the outside walls, was pretty much empty. A very small selection of automotive and small selection of some other like houseware stuff, but you can see everything here has pretty much already been picked over. Some pet supplies, and like, pet toys, dog toys and stuff.
still some baby supplies for 10% off. They did have some electronics up here in the front of the store by the registers. And they also had some batteries too, which I didn't get a shot of. But they had a lot of AA and AAA batteries.
Alright, so after I was done there, I decided to go and check out my local Big Lots store, which is also closing. And I think most people are probably familiar with Big Lots. I think they are a nationwide chain. But they're a discount store, just like how Bargain Hunt is, or was. And so I went ahead and filmed some footage of that as well. So I'm going to show that to you now.
Alright, so here we are in Big Lots. And you can see they still had some food left. Some drinks and some snacks and some other grocery items. And they were all 10% off. But just like in Bargain Hunt, though, there were also a lot of empty shelves here. In fact, I think there were even more empty shelves here than there were in Bargain Hunt. You can see this entire shelf here along this wall was completely empty. The floors, too, were a little dirty. But I used to be a janitor, though, so I noticed those kind of things. But something else that I noticed, though, is that if you walk back here, you can see they actually had a lot of aisleways completely blocked off because there was just no merchandise on them. So they were completely empty. So they just had them blocked off. You can see the front of the store here. Everything was 10 to 40% off, just like in Bargain Hunt. But they still had some automotive stuff here that was 20% off, and some other home supplies. And more blocked off aisles here. But just peeking down these aisles here, you can see some toys were 30% off. Still had a decent selection of toys. And here's their bedding. And it looks like their bedding was 15% off. But more empty shelves here on the back. And the end caps were also empty. But they still had a lot of bedding left, though. And some bath and curtains and stuff. It was 15% off. And I also really like these shirts up here. They were like Nintendo. They had like Super Mario shirts. And I thought this was interesting, these pet travel backpacks. I guess you just could put your kitten or your puppy or your small pet in this backpack and carry it around with you. I thought that was pretty cool, though I don't know how comfortable they would be in there, though. Here's a brief look at some of the small electronics they still had left. Wasn't too much left to choose from, but they had a couple of interesting things. Some USB cords and chargers. A couple of PC mice. The other shelf here was completely empty. A few more small home appliances. They had a few microwaves here for sale. And a couple aisles of some health and beauty supplies. You can see all the microwaves there. Some small kitchen appliances. And more empty shelves. And finally, this is the furniture section of the store. And they still had a lot of furniture left. Lots of sofas and chairs, love seats, and some tables and some mattresses left. So you could probably still find some good deals if you needed some furniture. But anyhow, guys, that's all the footage I got. I kind of wish I would have got more. But I still enjoyed walking around and seeing Bargain Hunt and Big Lots one last time. But I didn't film an outro for this video, so I'll just end it here by saying thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.